Hello, learners. I'm Dr. Parveen Babar, working as Deputy Librarian at Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. In this session, we will be discussing five major library legislations being implemented in the state of Manipur, in the state of Kerala, in the state of Haryana, Mizoram, and Goa. These basically five major states were implemented after 1980s and had been a major library legislation are under the Major Library Legislation Act. The Manipur Public Library Act came in 1988. The Kerala Public Libraries Act came in 1999. Then we have the Haryana Public Library Act, which came in 1989. The Mizoram Public Library Act came in 1993. And then the Goa Public Library Act came in 1994, which we'll be discussing in this session. So, moving on to first to the Manipur Public Libraries Act, which came in 1988. As we know, it's a small state and it is located in the eastern part of India. And it got the opportunity in 1998 to give a library legislation. Uh, and the salient features of this act, which came up in Manipur, it had provision for the constitution of state library committee to advise the state government on all matters under this act, and it gave the provision to exercise and perform such other powers and duties as may be prescribed for the libraries from time to time. The Manipur Public Library Act gave a constitution of a Department of Public Libraries, and it provision for the constitution of Executive Committee for the District Library Authority. It also constitution had the constitution of District Library Authority in each district as a corporate body for the purpose of organizing and administrating the public library service in the district of Manipur. The Manipur Library Act also constituted the Library Fund, which is an essential component of Library Act, and it was formed mainly with the contribution of the state government, and no cess was being implemented. So these were the basically the silent features of the Manipur Library Act. And moving on to the Kerala Public Library Act, which came in 1989, it was quite different from other acts, but it had one of the unique feature. It is a unique one because of its the democratic and more decentralized pattern under the act which came. The major characteristics of this act were that there was a provision of three-tier administrative system for the organization and administration of the public library system in the Kerala. It comprised of Kerala State Library Council. First is the Kerala Library Council, second was the District Library Council, and third was the Taluk Library Union. So it has three-tier administrative system, which was altogether different from other acts. It also provisioned the president, the vice presidents, secretaries, joint secretaries for the state library council, district library councils, and the taluk library unions, who shall be the elected and shall be responsible for all the administration and organization of the public libraries in the Kerala, state of Kerala. The State Library Council will also advise the government on all matters connected with the development of public libraries and also act as the authority under the Act. This Act also provisioned the State Library Council to coordinate the working of district library councils and taluk library unions, and provision the control the public library system in the state. So that kind of parameters or system was made. The Trivandrum Public Libraries shall be deemed to be the state library of the state as per the Act. The District Library Council will also supervise, coordinate, and control the library service in the districts of the Kerala. this act had the constitution of Taluk Library Union, as I told. It gave the powers to supervise, coordinate, and control the library service in Taluk, and gave the directions and advice to affiliated libraries in regard to their day functioning and the management of the libraries at that level. It also provisioned the transfer of Kerala Granth Shala Sangathan, basically not Sangathan, but it was transfer of Kerala Granthasala Sangam with its staff and assets and liabilities to the State Library Council. So everything will be in mutual through to the State Library Council and Kerala Granthsala Sangam. Library cess was also been provisioned and it was levied in the form of surcharge on building tax and the property tax in the areas with the jurisdiction of the panchayats, municipalities and the corporations. The State Library Council will also maintain a fund called State Library Fund, from which all expenses of the State Library Council, District Library Council, and Taluk Library Unions shall be met. So the library cells will be collected in the state, and the grants of the state and the central government will be taken care. I mean, it will be credited to the state library fund only. So that was provisioned. Finally, the reservation to at least one woman and one person belonging to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe in the committee was also provisioned. That was an additional aspect which was taken care in this Library Act of Kerala. This act appears to be more functional from the other which came earlier, and somehow it was a sound act which was being prepared and drafted by the Kerala public for the Kerala public libraries altogether. So this is what Kerala Public Libraries Act had. Moving on to next is the Haryana Public Library Act, which came in 1989. Basically, the Haryana state, as we know, was formed in 1966, which was carved from the earlier state of Punjab and Punjab state, and the Haryana Act for the public libraries came later in 1989. And this act had its own salient features, which included had the constitution of the State Library Authority, as it is done for each and every library act, which we have seen before also. It would advise to the government on all matters in the promotion of library service in the state. And then we have the formation of State Library Directorate under the act to implement the programs approved by the State Library Authority. The Act also provisioned the establishment of the State Central Library, and it had the constitution of a District Library Committee for each district also, as it was in earlier acts of other states. Then we had the constitution of City and Town Library Committee. It had now City and Town Library Committee for each city with a population of more than population of 1 lakh, and Town Library Committee for a municipal corporation with the population of not more than 1 lakh was provisioned, which will provide in accordance with the rules as may be framed by the Director Library Committee of the concerned town or the city. The Haryana Library Act had the constitution of Block Library Committee and the Panchayat Library Committees by the District Library Committees of the concerned areas, and it also provisioned the constitution of the State Library Fund, District Library Fund, and City or Town or Block or Village Library Fund for the development, improvement, and maintenance of the library space services. Levying of the library cess in the form of surcharge on the property tax and house tax, as such a rate will be decided by the government of Haryana, was provisioned from time to time. It will change, and the cess will be accordingly fixed. Then the Act also provision to recognize the State Library Association and cooperative institutions by the State Library Authority. This Act was passed to provide for a comprehensive rural and urban library services with the establishment of network of libraries. And this Act was given to Haryana for provisioning the public libraries, and it had been continuing to the state level. So these were the silent features available for the Haryana Public Library Act. Moving ahead to Mizoram Public Library Act, which came in 1993. As we know that Mizoram became a full-fledged state in 1987, and within 5 years, 5 years span of 5 years, it had enacted this Library Act, and it had some special features like other library acts had. Some of the silent features included constitution of State Library Council. This was again formed to advise the government on all matters relating to the libraries, and also in regard to the promotion and development of libraries in the state. Then it has the constitution of Department of Public Libraries to control and supervise the public library system in the state, and it had the establishment of state library, district library, subdivisional libraries, village libraries, and so on. It gave a hierarchical order of state library, district libraries, subdivisional libraries, and village libraries. Obviously, the provision of grant in aid for private libraries was enacted under the Mizoram Libraries Act. Private libraries had grants. This act didn't have any library cess included in it. The total expenditure for the establishment and maintenance of the public library system will be made by the state funds that was provisioned under the Act of Mizoram in 1993. So this was something about the Mizoram Public Library Act. Moving ahead to the next, we have the Goa Public Library Act, which came next year from the Mizoram in 1994. Goa was the 10th state to have the library legislation, and the salient features again had similar to other libraries act, that which is common, that a state library authority with ministry in charge of libraries will be the chairman. The authority shall advise the government on all matters arising under the act. Then it has the constitution of State Library Directorate for controlling and directing the public library system in the state. Then it had the organization of state library, as in other public library acts are there. It has the provision and organization of state library, district library, taluk and village libraries were provisioned. All employees under this act who were in the libraries will be treated as the government employees. And talking about the grant in aid for the private libraries was being implemented, given, and recognizing the state library. It also recognized the state library associations under this act. Whatever the state library associations will be there in Goa, they were being recognized under the act, and there was no library cess again under this act, and the expenditure on the maintenance of department will be maintained by the consolidated fund of the state as such. So these were the some of the silent features of the Goa Library Act. These were the major 5 library acts which we discussed, and if we see to the next, we had other library acts which came later in the later years. It were like Gujarat Public Library Act, which came in year 2001. After that, then we have Odisha Public Library Act, which again came in 2001. Then we have Uttar Pradesh Public Library Act, which came in year 2005. Uttarakhand or Uttaranchal Public Library Act came in 2005 later on. Then Rajasthan Public Library Act came in 2006. Bihar Library Act came in 2007. Then we had Chhattisgarh Public Library Act, which again came in 2007. Pondicherry Library Public Library Act came in 2008. Arunachal Pradesh Public Library Act 2009, and finally we had the Lakshadweep Public Library Act, which came as the last act for the libraries, was in year 2014. With the constitution of the Telangana state, the Telangana Public Library Act was provisioned from the Andhra Pradesh Act of 1960. So that was the act which was divided from the Andhra Pradesh to the Telangana. So these were some of the acts which came up later on and had an impact on the libraries. If we sum up our what we have discussed up till now for these library acts, a provision of state library authority with the Minister of Library as its head with executive powers was being convinced during the Dr. Ranganathan time, which is still missing in most of the acts which we have discussed up till now. And this provision was made to certain extent in Karnataka, Haryana and Orissa Act of 2001, but they have been not actually implemented in that spirit. And if we see, there was no clear provision in all these acts to maintain or protect or to save the heritage of the libraries, which are in existence for more than 100 years now and around the country, and the country is full of such great libraries which need to be preserved in the as the heritage. So if we see these library acts, there was no clear instruction, there was no clear constitution to preserve the heritage of the country, but more and more less the constitution of powers and other things were there, but these kind of requirements were not fulfilled under these acts. Further, the service to the people of the lower areas like slums, downtrodden people, people living in the remote areas, which should have been at the top priority in the library acts, they were not been there. An attempt was made in Karnataka in year 2007 to include these, but all these years the public library service in India remains as a middle class affair. You can say that they were the secondary affair for the government and the state governments. As we can see that in our country there are about 50% illiterate people, and there is still no clear provision in the existing acts which we have discussed, we have seen to help them through these library acts. It is noted that library cess or taxes which are being collected by them, but the spending for the benefit of these people, the illiterate people and the low driven people, are still missing, and the interest of the government is not seen as such under these acts. Similar to this, the library cess which is being collected in all the cities and towns and villages is done, but the spending of same in the cities, towns is much lesser from what has been collected, or even the amount of the cess which comes to the libraries is too meager to make them improvised with the services and the infrastructure requirement of the public libraries. We can also see that in the states where the library cess is being collected, the development of libraries were linked to the income what we are getting out of the library cess. But library cess is not at all, as I told, is sufficient to develop the library service in full scale. That is why there is a stunned growth of public libraries which can be seen staggered, and the growth is still limited in the public libraries of the country. Most of the public libraries still suffer the lack of minimum facilities like functional building, good ventilation in the libraries, lighting is not proper, the furniture is not proper, the cleaning, the drinking facilities. So these kind of things are still not available, and keep giving the acts and provisioning of only the bodies will not work. So we have to provision the strong financial aids and strong commitments in the acts requirement. So a lot of work is needed for the betterment of public library system in India as such, which we can say, and through these acts, only modification of these acts, this can be done. So I hope you have understood the major five acts which we have discussed in this session, and you have seen that what kind of provisions are required. So thank you so much.